Can you see me okay?
I can see you okay.
Cool.
Can you guys see him okay?
Bad. It's like super white balanced. That doesn't look good. It's because I'm using my second camera.
You've been abducted by aliens. It's because I was pissing them off last week, talking about signs. Guys, let's welcome Chris onto the cast. Woo woo!
Hello, hello.
Hearts in the chat, please. They won't do it. They're too shy. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. So, right, let's do the usual. Tell us who you are. What is it? Name, sex, location. Name, age, sex, location. Is that the thing they used to use on like Bebo?
Going back to the ASL days.
Yeah, the ASL days. Tell us about yourself.
So, well, I suppose we can crack off with that, or you can. Do you want me to try and fix the brightness of the camera?
You can try and fix the brightness of the camera. Go for it. Go on. Let's do it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
And then when everyone can see you, I'll introduce you again.
We'll do it live. That's Anchorman, isn't it?
Yeah. Anchorman. I absolutely love Anchorman.
Great movie, mate. Great movie.
Hilarious.
Test video. I don't think I can fix it in Discord, actually.
Yeah, Zonda, that's pretty dope. The whole running Berlin, Chicago, Boston, Tokyo, New York. Woo! Let's go. Stream it.
I can't fix it.
That's fine. You can just be abducted by aliens. We'll just wing it. It's fine.
So about me, ASL. So 29, soon to be 30. I'm not going to talk about that.
Join the club. Join the master race.
I feel like once I hit 30, it's all over. I was actually thinking about this the other day. Actually, I was like, I remember my 18th birthday, and then I don't remember much after that. To be honest with you.
That's kind of
Yep.
To be honest, I'll give you a tip. I'll give you a tip for someone who's 32 this year. Life ended at 25. your body ends at 25. You've got don't worry about that.
Body ends. I totally agree with you on that. Totally agree with you.
The mind will persist for as long as you can keep it occupied.
Totally agree with that. Sex, male, and
really?
Location. I'm in. Too soon. And location. I'm in Scotland actually. So I'm originally from England, down in like Devon, Cornwall area. I don't know if anyone in chat is from that kind of region.
That's a nice.
And I moved to Scotland about 14 years ago. I can probably turn up my Discord. Let me know if that's any better, Jessica. I've increased my.
Oh yeah, do you want to turn now?
We got it perfect. We're good.
It looks like your white balance has settled as well. A little bit.
Cool,
just a little bit.
The problem here is, so what I've got is, I'm running two cameras right now. I've got my Canon M200, which is my main stream cam, so that's what I'm using for my stream.
Yeah.
And then I've got my C922, which is Meds for the resub. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, Chris is streaming this as well, by the way, guys. So we're doing sort of like a duo.
Yeah, a duo stream. Meds, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. And I've got my C922, which is usually just my intro and be right back screen. Like I have that as like a bird's eye view camera of like of the desk. And I was like, okay, the only way this is going to work for me to get Discord on cam and also have the stream going is to use both. Two cams. Yeah. But the C922, it's a bit, it can be a bit
dodgy.
The settings are a bit dodgy. Yeah.
They reset as well, don't
24 with the follow. Thank you, buddy.
Let's talk about your stream setup. Let's talk about stream setup because obviously everyone can see the wall, can't they?
So you asked me ASL, so I got to throw back at you, mate.
For me,
that's yeah.
Well, 31.
My
name's Dan. Surprise. I think everyone's shocked. Oh no. I've ruined the show. Actually,
were you not born Danimal?
I forgot to tell you guys, by the way, my name's Matt Cardle. I used to sing on X Factor. I got told I look like Matt Cardle today.
Who by?
By a guy that I know at the CMGG stream team called Liam. I was in his stream today. We were having a bit of bants about the football, and he went, "Oh, you look like Matt Cardle, by the way." And I was like, "Oh God, here we go. We've got proper." So okay, I'll tell you what. Actually, I've had when I was cleanly shaven, I had Tobey Maguire. When I was a bit younger as well, I always said I looked like Tobey Maguire when I was clean shaven, and I never quite understood why. But then I sort of saw it in certain angles. But then the one that I've had most, and it was when I used to have like a goatee.
Yep.
Like a Tony Stark goatee. But everyone used to say I looked like Jeremy Renner when I had my goatee. It must have been the way that it shaped my face, and I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't personally see a lot of that. Matt Cardle I'll take though, because he's quite like He's quite an attractive bloke, right? And he's got talent, so why not?
You wouldn't say no. That's what you're saying.
Well, yeah, you know.
I just threw your chat, your Twitch link into my chat as well. So
yeah, go for it. I think I'm probably gonna. So yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna get like follows and stuff. My alerts aren't on for the podcast, and I'll try my best to ignore chat, but we will kind of read it and we'll get back to you and stuff. It's kind of the format that we go for during these things. So yeah, and location, I am dead south in Southampton.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Tell me about your green wall, because I think it's like the elephant in the room right now. I think everyone's looking at it going, can I redecorate?
I get quite a lot of comments on my green. It actually doesn't look as green on the C922.
It is very green, guys.
Much greener. It is essentially so. There's a story. So I used to have like green fabric there. I went into there's a craft shop near me, Hobbycraft. You guys have heard of that?
Yeah, we call it Hobbycraft.
Big chain brand thing full of stuff for you to make loads of stuff. But anyway, I bought some green fabric, pinned it to my wall, and it did its job. You know, it worked. And then the business that I work for, I work in IT support, essentially third line IT support. Did that for 5 years, but the business I work for basically just bought a new office and they're redesigning it. And they've got like a video production room, like basically walk into a room and there's green walls everywhere. And I looked at how expensive chroma key paint was, like actual video production, like chroma key paint, and it was like 80 quid for like a liter or liter and a half, which is quite expensive. And I was like, I can't justify that.
Why not?
And then I was one week I was looking around the office and I came across half a tin of this exact paint that I was looking at buying. And I was like, so I pinged an email, like I get on pretty well with everyone at work, and I pinged an email to the right guy. And I was like, see that paint that's in that cupboard? Can I get it, please? And he said, yeah, that should have been ages ago. So I took it, I painted, managed to convince the wife to help me paint it green, and I use it for my streams. So essentially, when I'm gaming, my game screen has my background essentially missing essentially. Just because this room isn't very exciting. This is my man cave. There's not much going on behind me.
Don't need very much
to cut out.
Really?
Not really. No, I mean, you go and you sometimes watch streams and they've got like really cool like pop figures and all that kind of stuff.
That's kind of more my style, I think.
And I'm just I've got a big empty wall, a big empty space, and you'll occasionally see my son walk in my green pajamas and it'll be a floating head. So don't be concerned if you see that.
That'd be kind of terrifying, if I'm honest. This is my floating head. So you said you work in IT support. That's pretty cool.
I do, yes.
I tell you what, you've got the voice for it. I will admit.
Oh, thanks.
I can hear it. Like I can hear you on the end of my like. So my computer won't work. And please, can you just Can you just say the classic line?
I ain't saying it.
Say it.
Have you tried turning off and on again? It's the classic IT crowd, right?
It is classic IT crowd.
Classic IT crowd is I'd say one of the best things to watch, along with Only Fools and Horses. I think you can binge watch those, and then leave it 6 months to a year and go back and watch them, and they're still fresh, and the content just it's just so good even now. We do the same with In-Betweeners as well, actually, and Friday Night Dinner. I love both of those shows like completely. So I've just finished watching, I think, the latest season of Friday Night Dinner. Oh yeah, how'd you find it? Yeah, I think it's hilarious. So I enjoy it. It's not as good as In-Betweeners, even though it's one of the same actors. I can't remember his name. Simon Bird, isn't it? When he plays Will. Yes, yeah, that's him. I just don't think it's as good. So I think I think In-Betweeners is better than Friday Night Dinner. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot that can beat In-Betweeners in terms of British way of life. You want to see what it is? Because it is so much like growing up. Like I felt very relatable to that program in most aspects. I don't know. I had like weird childhood. I've come to know that a lot of my friends are very strange. So I've come to realise that I didn't have. I grew up in the New Forest, so we weren't most normal, I suppose. There's, I think most teenagers and stuff could relate to that. Yeah. But I think what In-Betweeners has that is, each episode felt unique. Yeah. But obviously that had that relationship between the group. But I think Friday Night Dinner for me, I feel like I can predict what the episode's going to happen 10 minutes in. Yeah. Like the storyline, I think it's quite repetitive. Yeah, true. I think the first few seasons were good, but I think they're good to watch. They're just not as good In-Betweeners. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But Friday Night Dinner just has me
just dying. It's a bit like I watched the Justice League for the first time like a year ago, and that actually made me laugh from start to finish, which was really surprising. But I think Friday Night Dinners and In Betweeners does that to me. It keeps me laughing throughout like every single part of the episode. I do laugh, so
yeah,
it's good.
I've got what was the other thing? So it's TV shows. What's your go-to movie? Talk about that.
My go-to movie.
Yeah.
Right. So I have this weird thing where I don't like rewatching movies very much. I'm trying to think of like what. Okay, I tell you what my go-to movie is actually, and I think I do have one in mind that it would be, and that would be Thor Ragnarok.
That's your favorite movie?
It's not my favorite movie, but if I want to throw a movie on I've already seen, I will chuck that on. Other than like your comedy movies, well, it's basically a comedy movie, but I don't know. I'm really weird. I don't like to rewatch movies. It's kind of like a weird sort of relationship I have with myself, I guess. It's weird.
More of a movie guy than a TV guy.
I actually prefer watching TV. I think nowadays, I think production value on TV is so good,
much better than it was, and it's on demand.
Yeah. So it's strange.
You want.
Yeah, but there's so much variety. There's always something new. Well, I say that, but I put on Netflix and can't find fuck all to watch. So
I'm like that. Like I'll renew my Netflix for like a month and then binge watch something I want to watch and then won't touch it for 3-4 months. Yeah. Go back, binge watch. Yeah. I'm currently on Umbrella Academy season 2.
I need to watch that. I've watched the first season, but I've watched the second one. What's your binge movie then? What's your favorite? Or what's your favorite film? Let's say your favorite movie.
I'd say I would say The Matrix.
Matrix is a good film, man. It was a cool concept, and it was confusing. And then when it came out, wasn't it mind blowing?
It was. So I remember watching The Matrix for the first time. It was my cousin that introduced me to it. I must have been quite young, and all I did was ask questions. The first scene, spoiler alert, when Trinity jumps over the roof when she's getting chased by the police. if you've ever seen it, like I looked at my cousin like with the most confused face I've ever seen, just because it was that was amazing, and it took me about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 rewatches of The Matrix to truly understand what was going on. I think every time you watch it,
you see something new, don't you?
You see something new. There's like something that unlocks for me, or there's something like that, and I think it's just a great movie. And then we won't talk about the third one.
You curl up in a ball.
Don't talk about the third one.
What is reality?
I'm actually quite happy that they're making a Matrix 4.
Yeah, isn't Thingy going to be in it as well? What's his name?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Isn't he going to be in it?
So I saw a clip the other day of I think they're filming something maybe in like New York or something like that. Someone filmed Keanu Reeves and Trinity on a bike driving through town with his black cloak and that kind of jazz.
Keanu Reeves is such a baller, honestly. He's so cool.
You're breathtaking, cyberpunk.
So right, okay, let's segue back to streaming then.
What's streaming? What is it?
So that thing that we all try to do, and we all love and hate. How would you categorize your stream? What would you say? What do you put into? What would you say you? Because I know. So the spoiler alert for anyone who wants to find out. You play a lot of Valorant at the moment. That's kind of like your main game now, right?
Yeah, I'm very FPS.
You're very FPS driven. I used to play Apex a lot, right?
Apex. So I've kind of gone back to Apex actually. Season 6 is kind of brought me back in. So it's between Valorant, Apex, sometimes Hyperscape, sometimes Fall Guys. I got asked to pick that up the other day, so I grabbed that.
Good old Fall Guys.
It's variety, but I tried for a solid month just to play nothing but Valorant, and I just wanted to see, like, from a channel analytics perspective, did I see growth? Did I not? And looking at it through a different lens. But it was quite hard just doing nothing but one game, because sometimes you get in from work or whatever, and you just don't, maybe not in the mindset to go and
it's a hard game
of Valorant.
Yeah, it's a hard game to get into if you're in your head with it as well.
Sway.
Yeah,
it can be quite sway.
It can. Well, actually, I've got a clip here of you of it. I'm gonna show it.
Oh no!
I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it. It's actually right. Just to say, like, you are good at Valorant. You make some good plays.
Go either way. It's either it's gonna be a funny clip, or it's like me like getting like a quad kill and popping off or something.
Because I was looking through and I thought, okay, this clip is a good one to use. I'm going to throw it up now.
It's just a battle pass.
So I love this clip, man.
Is this 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on, wait. This is
So this shot, bang, straight in the face.
Yep. Oh, this is 3-2-1. Yeah, it's 3-2-1. Yeah.
It's just so calm and casual, just like, beginning of the game, didn't even give a shit.
I think I 3-2-1'd the guy through the smoke.
And that was a headshot, that second one as well.
Yeah. I got a nice one last night, actually. I managed to get. There's an edit right now. I managed to do the same peak, so the first shot you saw.
Yeah.
The same peak with a scout. So not even the op, but a scout, and got a double kill, one shot. Yeah, I thought that was quite good. So I need to turn that into a little mini clip and throw it up on Twitter or something.
You should do. Yeah, I think Valorant clips are always quite good. I've had a few. Actually, I had some funny ones. I usually have funny ones. Most of my clips are. My
Valorant, I'm very inconsistent. So there'll be days where you might watch, and I'll be like insane, and there'll be days where I can't hit anything I can't kill someone that's AFK.
Yeah,
I'm very inconsistent.
I feel like as well. What's it called? The sync is out sometimes. Like I feel like you're in massive desync sessions sometimes, and you're out and you can't hit anyone, and the rest of the team are just frying your entire team, and no one can hit shit.
Yep. That
didn't happen when we played. Well. Actually, funnily enough, when we played together, me and you dominated and we carried the rest of the team because the rest of the team actually played really bad, but we were pretty good.
And there'll be days where I play and I'll be like one killing 15 deaths. I'm just so inconsistent.
Yeah, I had a bad game the other day on stream. Actually, I was playing awful, and I think I had quite a few viewers that day, and then I got like a 15-person raid that day, right? So I was playing absolutely shit. Then I think the next stream I had 2 viewers and I dropped a 34 bomb. And I was sat there going, well, that was enjoyable for me to watch by myself. It was quite good fun. But yeah, so is that so? Are you just going to keep sticking to your FPS games and stuff? Because I actually enjoy watching you play FPS games because I think you're actually you've got good aim. You don't always stick to the grain of being like, let's go do the exact thing like the pros do. You actually you're a bit like me. You like to kind of style it a little bit and have a bit of fun while you're playing, and I think that's important when playing stuff like that. I mean,
100%.
I can't be asked to sit there and hold an angle in Valorant when I can do a 360 snipe. Do you know what I mean?
There's too many. I think the key thing for me is toxicity. There's quite a lot of that. I think there's probably more toxicity in Valorant than there is in CS. And I think just by being the person in the team that maybe isn't toxic and and tries to keep the team together and say good try, all that kind of stuff during a game.
Yeah, it's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally.
Completely the best thing you can do. I actually have another clip here. I'm going to show this one because it's funny to talk about the green screen, right? And you said, is it going to be a silly clip or a good clip? Then I saw this clip.
I think I know what's coming.
Keep an eye on the cam, guys. You're actually you're playing deathmatch. That's a good start to your deathmatch.
Just deathmatch, yeah. So that was my original green screen before I painted it. It just sits in the cupboard. It's my Harry Potter invisibility cloak.
Invisibility cloak.
What I tried to do was I tried to freak people out on stream by trying to hide behind it and move my cup and stuff in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It didn't quite work though because green screens are quite hard to light. You can kind of see on that clip the shadowing and stuff.
Yeah.
So it ended up just turning into me making myself disappear.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother using a green screen myself, so I just get frustrated with it. I wanna have a cool. So when we move house, I want to have a small cool area where we can have some cool bits over here.
Yep.
Just not at the moment because we'll be moving in the new year. Well, it's been pushed back a long time now, but this will do for now. We've got the lights. It's all good.
This room, I'm going to be kicked out of this room any time soon. I think for my little boy.
Yeah.
He's 3 in November, so we actually share. I say we almost share a birthday. We're one day apart.
Oh.
So he's gonna be moving into this room at some point, which means I'm gonna be punted to a slightly smaller room. So
hey, but you can build a cool.
I will build it. I'll build up my own little I'll actually have some cool stuff on the wall. Right now, this is just big empty space, which is why I green screen.
Yeah.
I used to have a VR as well. That's why I had a big space. I need a space for the VR.
That's quite cool. How did VR go on stream? Was it fun?
It was more hassle than it was worth to stream it because there's a lot to it. There's obviously you have a decision to make. Do you want to be involved in or interactive with chat? Do you want to see chat watch on the headset? If you do, it's a third-party add-on.
Yeah.
And then you also have third-party add-ons for actually making the VR work and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. It's a bit of a pain.
Bit of a faff.
in the 100%.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
I've got some questions in my chat. Actually.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know. So, there was a chat. There's a question from You Forgot Your Meds. The question was, what do you say is the biggest obstacle for streaming?
Ooh.
So I'll let you answer that one first.
Yeah, because so just for my chat as well, for people who don't know a lot about you as well, you run your YouTube channel by putting a lot of like stream advice on there for like, obviously you've been around the block. A lot of people. I try to make friends with a lot of people who have a similar mindset to me. I think that's why we've become quite good like mates in streaming world, because I agree with a lot of the stuff you say, and like it fits with a lot of my ethos and stuff that I believe with, you know, streaming and that. But yeah, so just to like give my chat an idea that, you know, Chris does a lot of these videos as well. If you want to check out his YouTube channel, I'll do links at the end, or if someone wants to find
that's awesome, dude. Thank you.
Any links during the thing, I'm like just nudging the mods to try and find it. They can link it.
Like, quickly find it, quickly.
But yeah, so sorry, what was the question again? I've went off on a tangent again.
So the question was
obstacles, wasn't it?
What do you say is the biggest obstacle for streaming? Yeah,
I think slipping into the mindset of doing too much too much networking, support, follow for follow, that kind of stuff. I think the biggest obstacle is not to fall into the hole with that. I think that's personally what I think. Something that I've tread very, very, very carefully around, is to not fall into that kind of trap of being like 17 different discords, chatting away like crazy all the time, and then knackering myself out to when it comes to stream, and then I haven't done anything like YouTube or anything to grow myself off stream. Everything gets pushed back then. I think that like I'm happy that I got over the idea of that obstacle and decided to focus just on myself, really, rather than, you know, pushing into that sort of thing. I don't know if you'd agree.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from. Actually, I talked about that in a couple of videos. So yeah, so I suppose the videos I make are, it's not so much, you know, here's how to get 100 viewers and become partner in 6 months or a year or whatever, because I haven't done it yet, right? Yeah. My videos are tailored primarily just using the experience I've learned over the past it'll actually be 6 years in January that I've been streaming, which is nuts. But it's those things. It's like that type of that lens. And if I could give myself information if I first started streaming, if I could go back and tell myself these things, that's the videos I'm creating. Yeah.
Which is clever.
Yeah. And I suppose my YouTube, like I'd say, I wish I did that a lot sooner, but then I couldn't because I didn't have the information, I didn't have the knowledge.
Well, exactly.
You had to fail in things to learn.
Yeah.
You learn more from failing than you do succeeding. So yeah,
you got to crack a few eggs or something. I can't remember what the
something like that. So there's some wise man once said something to do with eggs.
Some wise man said something to do with eggs, and you know,
that was like my content is now. I suppose I see videos and content in two ways. You can either be somebody that is either entertaining or educational, so that's your kind of output that you're giving. The people that are watching you are either entertained or they're learning something new. What most people are doing, and what I did for a very long time, I'm trying to shift away from that now, is selfish content. So people that create videos, just, I don't know, let's say, I'm trying to think of an example. Selfish content could be, I went on a trip to Spain, and I filmed my trip to Spain. I suppose that's about me, but I suppose if you don't really care about me in the first place, why would you watch it? You might watch it to learn about Spain, but you probably wouldn't. You click an actual documentary about Spain. So it's like there's selfish content, and then there's content around either entertaining like value or educational value. So I'm kind of shifting into that other mind space, headspace.
Mine just makes you change shit. Anyone who's checked out my YouTube videos probably be disturbed afterwards. Guys, if you want to check out my YouTube, go for it. Like, you can learn how to make a good cup of tea. You can learn how to fight a shark and fight an alien. So,
fight a shark and an alien. Okay, I need to hear about this.
I will.
I need a live version of this.
I actually will be uploading this onto YouTube as well. I've done the last 2 guests that I've had on here. They've been uploaded to YouTube too. So if you guys want to catch up with any of the other podcasts that I've done, feel free to do that. I don't know. I think it's in the chat.
If you see me looking down or looking disinterest, it's actually because I'm writing stuff down. That's why I don't. It's not because I'm switching off. I'm actually taking notes.
The whole shark thing was on the other video, by the way. So if you want to catch up with it, you'll have to watch the video afterwards because I need some watch time.
I think the question. So what do you say is most biggest obstacle for streaming? Obstacle. I'm trying to think. So you went down the route of follow that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Networking too much. I'd say networking too much was my kind of like big thing. I think you need to limit yourself, and you need to find time to do stuff for everything. You need to kind of manage, like you would with your finances. Manage your stream like you would your finances.
I don't manage them. The wife deals with that. I'm terrible with that. I get a monthly kind of pocket money. Yeah,
pocket money.
And it just goes straight to the wife. Mate. Happy wife, happy life. I suppose the biggest obstacle I would say is I think people can be the worst enemy. I think some people can sit and like anyone maybe potentially new to stream or whatever, or even people that's been in it for years. I do this is. They maybe think like the video that they're creating isn't good enough, or they don't know what subject to talk about, and they get stuck in this. Do you know what? I'm not going to create that video because I don't think it's good enough, and they don't ever create it. I think that you just need to put out there, genuinely just put out there, and even if it's bad, you'll learn from it. You'll get feedback.
I was going to say,
and go cool. Like honestly, just create it and throw it up genuinely.
It's the same thing as what you said. Keep trying. When we just said just a minute ago with you've been, you wish you could have told yourself stuff from the past. You didn't learn those things until you tried it. So always try. Because that's what I would say as well. If you're thinking about creating YouTube content, just do it.
Just do it. Genuinely.
Why not? Doesn't matter how shit they are.
You learn you'll learn editing skills. You'll learn tagging. You'll learn all that kind of jazz. Yep.
You'll learn what doesn't work. That's probably the big thing. I haven't got any questions in my chat, to be fair.
Kind of apply that to gaming as well. Happy. If you're playing a game, if you die in a game, you can sit and rage about it, or you can think about, okay, how could I play that round better, or what could I've done differently, and hopefully don't get yourself. You can apply that to life, right? It applies to everything, mate. Honestly,
it's almost like it was what was it? Practice makes perfect.
There's another wise man once said.
Who is this wise man? Maybe I was this wise man in a past life. Apparently, I know every single phrase.
See if there's any other questions that I've maybe got. There's actually one we got one on Twitter actually earlier from JMO. I don't know if you saw that. It was.
So, what's your favorite color? I think
that was that one, and then he actually posted a serious question, which was
that's not that.
Upcoming predictions on how the streaming industry upcoming predictions on how the streaming industry's path. So will it evolve? Will it thrive? Will it fail and lose its trend?
No, I think.
No.
I think it's only going to get more popular.
So the first thing. So we got. Will it fail and lose its trend? You say no.
Yeah, I think streaming is going to become bigger, which essentially means it's going to become overinflated and harder, but it's going to become bigger. Which again, I don't know. I feel like more people are going to get discovered, but I feel like it's going to be spread out more. That makes sense. There's going to be more viewers, but there's going to be more streamers, but there's going to be even more discovery. So then there's going to be. I feel like the streamers that get like 100k viewers will drop down to drop of 20k or something because it's going to be spread over more. I think esports has become bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that streaming and content creation towards the gaming industry is only going to continue to grow as well. And as new technology comes out with gaming, it's all tailoring. I mean, like, for example, let's take Fall Guys, for example. They targeted Tim the Tatman, for their marketing campaign because he couldn't win a crown. And Fall Guys made tons of money from taking the piss out of Tim, and Tim made tons of revenue and followers and everything from getting that. And
it's clever.
It's clever. And they did the same thing afterwards. Once Tim won the crown, they did the same thing with Dr. Lupo, and they bigged him up as the best player in the world and stuff. and they got even more. So I think the gaming industry is looking more at the streaming industry and going, how can we exploit streamers? Well, not exploit streamers, but exploit the fact that streaming's so popular now to make gaming even more popular. And I think they're going to be just like in unison, and they're going to grow even more. That's my prediction.
Okay. That was, I suppose, will it evolve? I think it has to survive. I think,
yeah.
I genuinely think I genuinely think 5-10 years from now, it's going to be YouTube that's going to take over.
Yeah, Twitch needs to step up their game and do something complete. They need to reinvent Twitch with keeping Twitch, if that makes sense. They need to come up with some good new ideas to battle with YouTube. Otherwise, YouTube's going to direct all of that traffic, and boom, it's going to explode. The
only reason. So I suppose the reason why I think YouTube's going to take over is because. I think I've said this multiple times on videos and stuff like that. Twitch isn't a discoverability platform. You could stream for 12 hours a day, 24 hours a day, and it's unlikely that somebody new is going to find your stream.
Yep.
The clips that you create are, essentially clips that will last probably like that night or 2 days. Like, people watching your stream might want to look back on that highlight from the stream, but that content doesn't live for long periods of time. No one's going to come to my channel and look back at a clip 6 months ago. It's just not going to happen.
No.
And if you are, you're a bit weird.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you're searching through the bottom parts of Twitch, you're a bit weird anyway.
People go to YouTube for that stuff. It's just the way of the world. So I think Twitch either need to figure that out and give people the ability to create everlasting content. Like, if I create a video on YouTube just now, 2 years from now, a year from now, that could get recommended based on what's happening at that time.
Yeah, true.
Or, do you know what I mean? Like the keywords that pop up, what the themes are, like that. There's a chance that video could be recommended. It's just not going to happen on Twitch. So I think if YouTube get the streaming element right, YouTube will have both the discoverability and the live interaction.
Yeah, I completely agree with that as well. Like, I feel like Twitch needs to kind of change its ways almost if it wants to compete. YouTube is just so much more popular in terms of traffic-wise, web traffic-wise. I think you're right, completely right about that. I think both of our answers then were fairly satisfactory for that question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got one question here actually in my chat. You ready? I'm going to flip it on its head though a little bit, because it's a bit broad, because we've got which fictional character would you say you most like? But I'm going to flip it on and say, are you a Marvel fan?
I've seen some of the movies. I've not watched them all.
Okay, I was going to ask you which Marvel Universe character would you think the most like, but maybe we can just do fictional character in general then, if you're not the biggest Marvel fan.
I can do Marvel. I could choose a character.
Yeah.
From the Marvel Universe. We could do that if you want.
Go for it. Well then, tell me. What do you think?
You go first. Give me time to think. Just clip this out. It's fine. We edit this out.
Yeah, no, I edit all the videos anyway. It's good fun because I've got to sit here for like 45 minutes listening to the whole thing again and then clipping it all up.
I'll watch this back and it'll be like you'll clip out like 80% of what I say.
I think I mean it's quite difficult to like. I would love to say like, oh yeah, I'm like Tony Stark in a way, but I think actually I'd probably pick Spider-Man. Just because, and not because I say my legs are as strong as his fingers, because I don't know if you guys have noticed I talk a lot, right?
Do you?
And I can be quite quippy, and I'm always chatting. And I think Spider-Man has that trait where he's like that. But
which Spider-Man? Which actor?
Well, okay, out of the films, I think Tom Holland's probably my favourite now anyway. But I'm in comic book world. I prefer that version, Ultimate Spider-Man, to the Amazing Spider-Man. So I like the younger Spider-Man. When I was looking at comics, when I was growing older in life, I'd always like the Ultimate Spider-Man ones because I thought they were more relatable. Because he was a bit more fun. He was in school, and like, you know, that's kind of like the fantasy when you're a Spider-Man and when you're a kid and you're like playing Marvel, and you think, oh, I'd love to be Spider-Man. It's so cool. But then Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man's a little bit like older and you can't relate to him as much. Whereas that one came out and you were like, okay, here we go. He's like cool. He's styling it up. He's funny. Yep. He's current. He's making pop culture references, and you know he's a bit younger than the others. And yeah, But I think Spider-Man, because I just think like, his style would like if I had the Spider-Man powers, it would be like the same style, and I would enjoy his kind of life of space. So I'm gonna say Spidey. I'm not Spidey.
I'm struggling with this question actually.
I think Black Panther would suit you.
Do you think? I've never seen it. I'm leaning towards. I want to say Groot.
Groot. Yeah, no, I can see that.
I want to say Groot because I feel like I probably talk a lot, but it's probably the same thing. I end up repeating myself quite a lot.
Yeah, but one thing about Groot, and this is like I think I've got a good ability here to see positivity and everything. But Groot is actually fucking resourceful, and that's one thing you should not take. He's consistent and resourceful, and he's always there to save the day. So yeah, it's a good character to pick.
I'll take Groot.
I am
Kid
Groot.
Kid Groot.
Kid Groot.
Because I'm still growing. There we go. Beautiful segue. We linked those things together. That worked.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We'll do one last question. I'm going to ask you to ask me a question you'd like to ask me. Anything you'd like.
Anything.
Yeah. Anything you'd like. It's called Ask the Host.
The question that came to mind is something I ask every person. So whenever I like queue Valorant, I always ask this of my squad mates because I think it speaks. I think it asks. I think it gives you a little bit insight into them. Is similar type of question. If you could be any Pokemon, which Pokemon would you be and why?
Oh, that's a dope question. So,
and we're talking original Pokemon here.
So
right?
what we're talking 150 or 151, I guess.
We're talking OG.
So I don't want to say Mewtwo because Mewtwo's like, badass. But I would love to be Mewtwo if I was going to be any of them.
Why?
Just because he's cool.
It's cool. The cool factor.
It'd definitely be some kind of psychic Pokemon. Maybe like a Gengar because he's a bit like rapid, cheeky, all over the place. Appears out of nowhere. He's a good jeweler as well. So I'm going to say Gengar.
Cool. There's another question just popped up in my chat actually, which is who is your favorite streamer / content creator?
Me?
Yep.
Or you? You want to answer first?
Both of us.
Go on, you answer first because I answered the last one first, then I'll give mine.
I would say. So I think back in the day it was probably Tim. I think. Like you're talking like when I first started streaming, I think he was one of the maybe second, third streams that I actually.
It's hard not to like Tim the Tatman, right?
I kind of fell into his streams and enjoyed them. I think just now, like in terms of if I was going to YouTube right now or Twitch, like mainstream kind of what I'd consider. I don't like using the word big and small streamers, but
yeah, mainstream
like that stamp. But I would probably go with Harris Heller or Devin Nash, like those kind of guys, just because that's kind of
feels to kind of your like
things I'm running right now.
Yeah. I like Devin. I like his opinions. I think they're really good. He has solid opinions on everything. And obviously Harris is just a great dude. He's cool. He's a cool cat.
There's a lot of content I've watched from him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm similar. Like, I can't going for like mainstream. Obviously, okay. So anyone who watches my streams and anyone who knows me will know that like Tim is obviously one of my biggest inspirations. I absolutely love Tim the Tatman. I relate to him so much. I feel like I could have been best friends with him if we were kids together. Obviously Doc is a big influence to me. But it's hard not to appreciate Dr. Disrespect, right? Even if you don't like him,
I don't like him.
You can appreciate his work.
People are going to hate me, but yeah, I've already.
No, it's fine because a lot of people don't like Doc, but you've got to appreciate from a streamer point of view, he is a powerhouse. It's quite difficult because obviously I like Nick Merckx as well. He's fun to watch. He's really blown up over recent years. I think I'll tell you what. I'll go for like kind of categorize as well. Some people that are, like so. UK streaming that I enjoy watching is actually James Buckley, who was in between us. Oh, and he runs his channel. Completed it, mate.
That's it. Yeah. That's I've followed that channel. I've not really watched it for a long period of time. I've gone in and checked that out. I was intrigued to see if he was playing himself
He was just he was just kind of normal. He's a bit depressing sometimes, but he's pretty normal.
I don't know if he was going to play like his in-betweeners character, because he could have went both ways. I think he could have kept that persona.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Did a similar thing to Doc, and I think that would have been well. Like that would have landed really well.
He could play Football Manager as well. Completed it, mate. And then obviously so I haven't played obviously properly on stream yet, but with Shadowlands around the corner, I'm a big WoW fan. And
I saw your tweets.
Yeah, two of my favorite WoW streamers are Sidu and Peekaboo. I don't know if anyone watching this is a WoW fan, but if you don't know those two names, they're big PvP players in WoW. They're so good to watch. Especially Peekaboo, he's like 22 and he's proper hyperactive, so it's good for the WoW fans. But my favourite stream is Tim the Tatman. I can't not say that. It's like can't deny Tim. Mm-hmm. I love him. I want to cuddle him.
Yeah, I'm not. I've never played WoW. I said never. I played it for. I think when I don't know. I must have been like 10 or something. I think I launched it up, and it asked me to go and kill some wolves to collect some bones. I was like, right, I'm out. And then I played. I actually gave it another shot about 2 months ago. I was getting some people in chat asking me to try it out again. I was actually looking for an MMO to kind of fill my gap in between kind of FPS games. And I downloaded the trial, gave that a shot, and I enjoyed it better this time round. But I just feel like nowadays, I think there's probably. I know MMO, like in terms of MMO, you think of MMO, you think of WoW, like it's a staple. Yeah. But
they run the genre.
Nowadays, yeah, I just think nowadays it's probably more targeted at people that are already that are heavy hardcore WoW players, or who have played it in the past. Like I've never been hooked by WoW, so I've never felt the urge to play it. Yeah,
that's so true. Like they are catering more to the WoW fan base now. They've tried a little bit with the new expansion to get new players involved. They've redesigned the leveling process so it becomes more immersive and kind of quicker and gets you into the action and you learn it a bit more like a tutorial. It's like a level is like a tutorial now, basically. But still, I think you're right. It's so more targeted at the WoW. They've got what they need, really. They've got all the subs they need. They just need to keep hold of those subs. That's their business plan, I'm guessing. Yeah. Guild Wars 2's I've got in chat here. Try Guild Wars 2 if you want to chill MMO. Guild Wars 2 was quite good, wasn't it? I thought that
recommended me a few times as well. Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet, but it's definitely on my watch list. New World is just. I don't know if you saw tweets from New World.
Yeah,
I think they've just gone through. I think they've just released a preview.
Yeah, I'm about to play the rest of it on the stream. Yeah, I'm just about after when I close the podcast off, we're gonna play a bit more of New. I played some yesterday, off stream. It's going to be a difficult one for me because it has open mic proximity chat.
Oh no, that's awful.
Yeah, I spent most of my time running after people.
You can turn that off, though, right?
Yeah, you can turn it off, but I can't help but troll. I'm running after people going. La, 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 la.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I can't do that in WoW. So.
Like following people around saying, "Do you know the way? Do you know the way?"
Yeah, that's actually what I said. I was crawling along the floor, calling myself Crabman, and saying, "I show you the way." So yeah. We'll have a bit of fun on that after this.
So I've been watching some gameplay. I've been keeping my eye on it, but I've not committed to ordering it yet.
It's okay.
I think it's due to come out 2021, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a beta key for it sent to me, so they on their wave. So I was lucky enough to get a key. So far, I'll just get so just to sort of close the podcast off a little bit here. It's just to say that the gameplay it's kind of smooth. It feels a little bit clunky, but it's kind of for the most part it's smooth. It's okay. But it feels kind of repetitive and it feels a little bit. Okay. It doesn't feel very fun for the rest. I feel like I've played the whole game now. Right now, yeah, I feel that's what
you're playing the bone. Like it's the bone just now, and hopefully by release 2021,
they'll have some meat.
They've added some flesh, flesh and meat to it. Yeah.
Yeah, spring 21 apparently. Yeah. Cool. So it needs fleshing out, but it mechanically it's okay.
If they don't delay it again.
But we can see in a minute. We can see. You guys can see in a minute when I play on a little bit. We'll see if we can proximity chat. Right.
Awesome.
This is a good chat.
Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. I've enjoyed having you here.
Apologies I'm sure we'll the terrible C922 white balance.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. It'll be something for the YouTube comments. If anything.
Like, why were you interviewing Casper? Like, it makes something like that. I'm gonna go in. I'll go into the video and say that I'll call it out immediately, so then no one can troll on it.
Well, you're just trying to show off that you truly live in Scotland, aren't you? This is my pale skin.
This is actually my skin color. Yeah, 100%.
We haven't seen daylight in 7 years. I wasn't. I don't know why. I went to do a Scottish accent, then stopped and did like a. I don't know what accent was that. 7 years.
I don't know. You sound like what's his face from Game of Thrones? Jon Snow.
Yeah.
That was a good impression.
On the wall.
Yeah. So thanks for having me.
No problem.
Happy to do this again sometime.
Enjoyable.
And enjoy the rest of your stream and enjoy New World.
Yeah, well, what I'll do is if I ever need another guest on when we're recycling guests, I'll get hold of you to come back on because we always have a lot to say.
Cool. We'll have the same questions in a year from now, and we'll see how different the answers are.
That's a good plan.
I'll wear some makeup as well, so I don't look as pale.
Get some bronzer.
Yep, I'll ask the wifey.
She'll do it for you.